San Diego Unified is holding a series of informational meetings to raise awareness about human trafficking and the signs to look out for. So joining us around the table to talk more about that is Carlos Rodriguez, who is an investigator with San Diego Unified. Welcome to Fox 5.
Thanks for having me.
Let's talk a little bit about how prevalent human trafficking is among, I guess, in school-aged kids. That's a frightening thing.
It is. I'll say it's a problem not only here in San Diego and California, but across the nation.
And is there something that parents should be aware of? Because we talk about this all the time, and oftentimes parents don't even realize their kids are even dealing with people who could end up potentially trafficking them.
There's actually a couple things. I think first is make sure that as a parent you have a good relationship with your children, that you can have a conversation so that they trust you. And then on top of that is look out for subtle things. So if your child is starting to be a little more secretive, or if you're seeing that they have money or gifts and they don't really have an avenue to get that, or you didn't give that to them, or maybe there's someone hanging around that seems a bit controlling as far as what they do or controlling their communication. Those are all signs that could potentially lead to trafficking.
What else, can parents do? I mean, there's a lot of things, obviously, watching them, but do you have to check their phones? Do you have to, those are things that, social media, that's a concern.
Yes, it is. I mean, there are a lot of apps that you could utilize to help track that, looking at their devices, but really the best thing that I've seen, I used to work these cases as former law enforcement, is being able to have a conversation with your kids. That is the #1 defense, is having that ability to do that, because not everyone does.
So you're having these informational meetings. Talk a little bit about those and what people can get from that.
Yes, so at San Diego Unified, #1, we want to protect kids, and we want to make sure that families have the ability, if they suspect something is not quite right, that they can reach out to us and they get the help that they need. So at these community meetings that we're having, we're going to have two. One's going to be at University City High School on the 18th from 5:30 to 7, and the next will be at Lincoln High School the following day, same time. And there they'll be able to get information to see what some of the signs are for human trafficking, and then know how to report it if they see something. And so that it's a simple way so they can report it, and it can get to the experts that can handle it if it is.
Obviously you're having these forums. Is it prevalent within San Diego Unified, or even just in school districts nationwide?
What I can say, again, it is a problem here in San Diego, here across the nation, California. As far as, I can't really talk about any specific cases because that could get into the privacy, and
absolutely
don't want to do that, and would hate for someone to be afraid to come forward.
But you have seen the issue come up, and how do parents deal with that, and how do they work with the school board to mitigate that? I
think if you are a parent and you see that something has happened, or you notice some of these things with your child, the first thing is you want to come forward. We have a website that we just created where it's easy. You go to the website and you can report, and it walks you through everything. If you feel your child is in immediate danger, call 911, because we're not law enforcement.
Does the district provide support or resources for parents who are dealing with this problem?
Absolutely. So one of the things that we've done is we have new partners. We have partners with a number of agencies that provide help. They can provide housing, they can provide support. If there is something that someone identifies that they need something, we've made that partnership so they can get that. That again is at our website. We have a list of what all of our partners are. And really we want to make sure that the person who may be affected is getting the support they need, as well as their family.
All right, well, let's talk about those details again so our viewers out there know exactly when they're happening and where.
So it's March 18th and March 19th, and first it's going to be at University City High School, and then it's going to be at Lincoln High School from 5:30 to 7.
And you can see that there right on your screen. We appreciate you coming in today and holding these forums. It's so important for families out there to obviously know that this is an issue and have a place to go and within their school districts. So thank you so much.
Thank you.